average age of a farmer in Kenya is 61. In a country where nearly 75% of the total population is below 35, youth employment has remained at nearly 20% for the last 10 years. For many of Kenya's unemployed youth, agriculture presents a viable business opportunity to create a long-lasting livelihood. The agricultural sector, however, remains largely unattractive to the youth, and their participation is hindered mostly by lack of access to land, finance, and markets. Other challenges include weather and climate change, middlemen, poor quality farming inputs, pest and diseases, and post-harvest losses. On today's show, we meet a young man from Kiambu County who has weathered many challenges to keep his farming venture afloat. George Gatonye is a student at the University of Nairobi, narrates to us how and why he got into poultry farming.
Food ni kitu najua inakuliwa kila siku. Na ukija kwa mayai, at least every household in Kenya wanakulaga mayai asubuhi. At least every household in Kenya. So ni kitu yezi kaa kwa shelf for long. Plus ni kitu perishable. So lazima ikae ikienda. Nacheki per week, upeleka mayai. Ukikaa nayo sana, itakuleta stress, zingine zitaharibika, utaenda tu loss. Obviously, nimekuambia before tulikuwa na kuku. So haikuwa kitu mpya, lakini tulikuwa na different breed. So hii story ya mayai ika pop up tu. So tukaulizana na madhangu, tunaweza leta kuku, zinaweza kuwa productive, tunaweza pata market. So questions, aka make a lot of calls to her friends when wameka kuku, obviously najua uko sagi. So they gave her advice, tukazitable kwa meza. Tukasema, yes, let's do it. And it's like, let's say we took a risk because the cash we got, easy kuku, it's from a bank loan, so ilikuwa risk.
Inspired by his parents, George insists that in order to be successful in any farming venture, one has to have the passion for it.
It's a good investment, lakini ukue na passion. Hisi kitu unafanya gati by the way itakubo na ukinde zote. So lazima it's passion. If you love it, you have to do it. Ni passion tu, hakuna story nyingine. Passion tu. Upate msee ana kufrontia capital, ukue tu umejipanga, lakini bora ukue na passion in the first place. Juu obviously unaweza kuwa na capital, unaweza kuwa hadi na base ya kuziseti, lakini usikue na hiyo passion. Unafanya hiyo kazi tu bure. Kuku igonjeka unaitupa, unacheki una hiyo passion, una hiyo upendo hizo vitu. Lazima kuwe na passion, lazima you love these things. They are living things. So lazima you have to treat them like living things.
What happens now with my son here? When he finished school, these some courses, akakosa job. Sasa mamake akaanza kumchukua anaenda soko every Saturday. He became interested that he can make his 1,000, 2,000 a week or 3,000 a week. It doesn't mean I don't need to buy him anything. Because now, in this business, he is keeping himself busy, so he cannot sio kukaa kama vijana wanakaanga huko kwa barabara. Yeye akona kazi ya kufanya hapa nyumba. And I can tell the youth, biashara, ukulima, I think ukulima is the future. Because white collar jobs are normal. Mtu anajifanyia kazi na mikono yake. Mtu anafanya kazi na mikono yake, akifanya kazi na mikono yake, it will mean now atapata pesa. Sio George kushida hapa ati nikitoka pahali naendanga ati anakuja ananilisha atalete 500. These days since we started taking care of this, he's very okay.
It is not a journey or an undertaking for the faint-hearted. Here are some of the challenges that he faces every day in his poultry farming venture.
As you can see, this is my side hustle. Yeah, we had the idea before, but we started with broilers, the ones meant for meat, but that was a long time ago. So we stopped and resurfaced back in 2016. Ideally come, madhia kaniambia, how about tulete kuku, inaweza kuwa aje? Kamwambia it's a good idea. So yeah, and judging from my grandparents, my grandmother has also done farming for over nearly 30 years. So yeah, hii story ilikuwa inatubamba juu tumegrow na hii story. So we know the ups and downs, so we said what the hell, wacha tujaribu. Tukajaribu batch ya kwanza. It's stressing for the first few months juu unazipatia chakula, they're not giving you anything back, so let's just say you're counting losses at the time. But zikianza kutaga zinaanza at around 4.5 months, so they go to like up to 2 years. Zinataga for that long na zinakutagia daily. It happens gradually juu kuna kuku zingine zitakosa kutaga for some period of time, zi come back up again. Let's say you bring a batch of 500 pieces, so the initial cost you'll have to run up about 400k for everything, because the food, it's expensive. It goes for about 3,000 a bag and it's 50 kgs. And you start them off gradually. Don't uziekagi unazipeleka ati kwa food fulani. Kama upatie mtoto uji, the next time unampatia ati ugali, no. They gradually. So mnaanza na chick mash. Chick mash is a little bit expensive, lakini obviously utamani juu ulikuwa umejipanga. Chick mash, you give them for like about 2 months. So you switch them up to growers mash, which comes in a bigger capacity, which is 70 kilograms. Goes for the same price. So give them for about the next 2.5 months. So when they're grown, you give them layers mash. Yeah. And aside from that, there are vaccines. You have to give them monthly. The others that come twice a month, like vaccines against diseases like Newcastle, Gumboro. Farmers know what I'm talking about. And coccidiosis, because of the stuffiness. Yeah, they get sick and reduce production. If they get sick before production, itakuwa loss kubwa sana kwetu juu azijatupatia anything in return. Juu unacheki for the first few months tunazifeed without getting anything in return. So zikianza kutaga, obviously zitaanza kutaga mayai ndogo. So hizo za kwanza they are a little bit cheaper kwa mako. Juu ni tudogo, unajua market goes with sizes. There's the chick size, there's the medium size, and there's the large size. The large size goes for higher price compared to the medium size and the chick size. So when tulianza, acha nikupatie story, hii mwaka tulianza soko ilikuwa chini sana. Anze tulikuwa tunauziwa mayai ati 180 per tray. And given it's the first few months of our productivity, it was so stressing. Haturudishi doza food, so inabidi tumerudi kwa mfuko kuongeza extra funds kuweza kusustain kuku. Yeah, there's the water issue. Lazima uzibaie dawa, na lazima uzibaie vitamin for good production.
Poultry farmers in the market rearing layers for eggs have to contend with high prices of feeds. George says that it is essential to feed your layers with the right rations at their different stages of growth. These, among other management practices, need precise knowledge in order to maximize on yields, as well as making sure that your cost of production remains low.
It's stressing for the first few months juu unazipatia chakula, they're not giving you anything back, so let's just say you're counting losses at the time. But zikianza kutaga zinaanza at around 4.5 months, so they go to like up to 2 years. Zinataga for that long na zinakutagia daily. It happens gradually juu kuna kuku zingine zitakosa kutaga for some period of time, zi come back up again.
We will hear more from George after the break. Keep it KTN Farmers TV.